stay to hold. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona. My name is Steve, and I'm glad you're here. Need a little bit more light here. How's everybody doing on this fine Monday? You'll notice my background there is new. We took that picture yesterday. It's of an ironwood tree out in our yard. And those trees bloom about this time every year. Really pretty pinkish purple flower. And these trees live to be over 1,000 years old. They have one documented down in Quartzsite, Arizona, that is over 1,000 years old. So let's see who we have here this morning. Aussie Van Man is here. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for stopping in. Gracie and Jacques are here. Good morning, Gracie. First member in the house is Jolly Matilda. Hello, Tracy. Hope you're doing well over there in Virginia. Let's see who else we have. Steve and Tina are here. Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. Steve and Tina do a live stream every Sunday, and they have some interesting trivia questions. Tracy is making coffee. Hope everybody's got their coffee. You might hear some unusual noise today in the background. We have a new roof going on, and so we have a roofer here all week this week. They worked a few days last week, and a lot of banging and pounding going on, so I'll let you know if he makes it around to this side of the house. So I asked Gracie where she was at. She's in Sparks, Nevada right now. Then headed to Citrus Heights to visit with Tim and Duke for a few days. And then to Southern Oregon. Cool. Sounds fun, Gracie. RG is here. RG Arizona Homestead. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. We are good here. RG does some video on some of the critters that show up at his water hole. Mark is here. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. Good morning. And Sandra is here. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. And Lucas is barking at the roofer. You could probably hear him in the background. She-Devil is here. Good morning, Tommy. Working but listening in the background. So Lucas is a year and a half old, still a puppy. And so he kind of freaks out when strangers are around the house. He's not aggressive or anything. He just gets scared. Georgianne is here. Good morning, Georgianne. Drive safely. Don't worry about tagging us. You're good. Yeah, thank you, RG. Appreciate that. Thumbs up is always appreciated. Ice Shoes here. Good morning. Good morning. We're all suffering with allergies here. There's Ava Potterfield. Thanks for the shout out this morning. Ava has a Monday morning live that we always enjoy watching on the TV. Always interesting chat. And she shouted out my live stream, so thank you, Ava. We always enjoy watching her channel. She has Doug and Ava's Place where they play music. She has Ava's Mediations, where she has some relaxing music of river scenes and moons. And then she has her paranormal channel. So be sure to check out Ava Potterfield and Friends. And let's see who else we have here. Dave is here. Good morning, Dave. Dave's a neighbor in Tucson. Lily is here. Good morning. Good morning. Lily has a doctor's appointment this morning. Thank you for the share out, Lily. Appreciate it very much. I am working, yes, so definitely wonderful. Work is good if you like what you're doing, for sure. He's settling in well. He's been with us now 4 months, almost 4 months, and he thinks he's a lap dog. He's 67 pounds, I think, the last time we had him weighed, and he wants to crawl up in your lap and cuddle. And I shared a picture on yesterday on Instagram of him laying on top of me. He's pretty heavy, but he's real lovable. We're in the process of getting him snake avoidance trained. So we made an appointment on the 23rd of this month. We're going to the Humane Society to get him trained on avoiding rattlesnakes. That's the big one that we worry about. So we live out in the Ironwood Forest National Monument. The rattlesnakes are all around us. I try to control the mice so that rattlesnakes don't come in for their food, and it works pretty well. Occasionally, we do get a rattlesnake on the back porch or close to the house. So we're going to get him trained on how to smell a rattlesnake, hear the rattle, and of course, see the snake. And so they put a little shock collar on him and they set up a snake, and you walk your dog by the snake. And then as soon as your dog looks at the snake, they push that button and they give him a shock. Doesn't hurt them, but it certainly teaches them. You too, Lily. It sure teaches them that they're bad, that they don't want to mess with them. Traveling Merton and Sue are here. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. They are packing up, getting ready to move out of their house. They sold it. They're going full time. We enjoy seeing their live streams on Sunday. I think it's 5 p.m. East Coast time. Still getting used to the time changes. Ava saying hello. Good to see you guys here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, that is an ironwood tree. I don't know if this is Merton or Sue. I suspect it's probably Sue. That's an ironwood tree in our yard, Sue. Just started blooming. If you recall, when you guys were out here, we went around the monument and looked at some of these, and they can live to be over 1,000 years old. All right, what's everybody want for breakfast? Gracie is making breakfast. Let's see, I'll take fried egg over easy, a couple slices of bacon, hash browns, slice of toast, wheat, butter, and honey. Okay, there's my order, Gracie. Thank you. Scrolling, everybody's saying hello. Yeah, that's the ironwood tree in our place here. The Ironwood Forest National Monument, here where we live inside the monument on private land. And in this monument are hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of these trees. And they bloom once a year. Right now they're blooming, so it's really cool to see them. And again, they'll live to be over 1,000 years old. PSV is here. Good morning. Good morning. Driving and listening. Drive safe. Richard B is here. Good morning, Richard. Hope you're doing well. And another member is here, CR View, Tim Gracie, and Crystal. Good morning. Good morning. Tim just released a very interesting video. These last two of them have just blown me away. They were awesome. So check out CR View's channel. You'll enjoy their stuff. Bree is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. I'm listening while I do chores. Bree's feeding her cows, her rabbits, all the cats, all the critters that she has out there. And then when she has some spare time, she chases some waterfalls and posts them on Wednesday. Doing great. That's great. Good to hear it. So Merton and Sue have sold their house. They are getting ready to move into the RV. They're going to go full time, but they're not going to leave the area until September. So They'll be moving into their RV here next weekend. And it's been interesting watching them go through 25 years worth of stuff they've had in their house and getting rid of it, giving it to family, selling it at yard sales, and then coming down to the end where they have a small amount that they're going to put into a storage unit. Very interesting process when you're downsizing to go full time. And I think Gracie and Jock have gone through that. They're full time nomads also. And I know Gracie is really enjoying it. Scrolling. I'm still drinking Highland Grog coffee. Yum. Georgianne sent Lily a package. Oh, I see a video coming soon. Yeah, he has a big dog bark. It kind of freaked out the roofers when they were here last week. They commented, "Ooh, that sounds like a big dog." I guess he is. 67 pounds last time we weighed him. Everybody's saying hello. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Sandra says Copper's about 80 to 90 pounds and still thinks he's a lapdog. Oh, yeah. It's funny how they do that. And then, Sandra, didn't you say that Copper woke you up this morning putting his butt in your face? That's funny. Let's see if I can show you guys a photo. So here he is. That's my recliner by the front door there. And he had to come up and give me a hug. And of course, he doesn't have good control, over his nails and his feet, and he kind of thrashes around, and so we have to be careful. Yeah, rattlesnake training, it's a big deal here. In fact, this time of year, you can hardly get anyone to train them because it's so busy. I called 3 or 4 different places before we found someone to train him. We got eggs today. Okay, Roy and Becky are here, another channel member. Good morning, good morning. Was out with the doggies. Cool. Good to see you guys. Roy and Becky are coming up live here at 10 o'clock Arizona time. So right now, it's 8:18 here in Arizona. So at 10 o'clock, wow, that's weird, huh? See that flashing? Never knew it did that. They're coming up live at 10 o'clock, so we'll be sure to be over there to check them out. My coffee is just black. That's the way I like it. Happy Place Camping. Good morning. Good morning, Felix. Glad you're here. Hope you guys are doing well. Uh-oh, Roy is cooking. Watch out. Oh, we have keto blueberry pancakes. Well, that'll be okay, Gracie. You got any good syrup, like sugar syrup? The Happy Place Camping has finished up a series on their rebuild, their camp trailer. They have a box trailer that they just completely went through and redid the interior. Came out really nice. Yeah, be careful, Roy. Don't blow up the stove. Oh, yeah, blueberry pancakes. Yummy, yummy. Yeah, we all worry about Roy, unsupervised again. He turned on the oven here a month or so ago and left a one of those lighters in there, and he discovered when it blew up that it was there. Brene is here. Good morning, Brene. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning. Boondocking with Boomer is here. Lance, good morning. Good to see you. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Lily, I did upload a video. Becky's doing great. So Becky's back in Indiana, eager to get back. Very eager. She's pushing for a mid-July. Wow, that's a long time. It's a long time to be without your wife. I wouldn't like it. Oh yeah. Darby likes being a lap dog too. Little boxer. She's a cutie. Oh, Copper sat on your back. Yeah, that's funny. Gracie's getting a new van. So she's moving out of the Class C and getting a van. That's right. You ordered it, right? Copper's a lap dog too. So Dave says Susan and I were camping at the monument last week. Just gorgeous. Lots of the sorrels are blooming. Filmed a video if anyone is interested. Oh, we'll have to check that out, Dave. So Dave's been out here in the monument many times. He lives in the Tucson area. He's got a motorcycle, so he runs around out here. And everything is blooming. All the cactus are blooming. The ironwood trees, like you see behind me, are blooming. It's really beautiful out here right now. Very happy with our remodel. We did better this go around. And that's cool that you can do that. You have the skills and the tools to do that. You can go through and remodel, make it a little better. There's Roy and Becky's channel on YouTube. And any of the moderators who want to drop links, please help yourself. Thank you, thank you. There's Dave Wander's channel, so be sure to check him out. So Roy and Becky have a live stream every day, Monday through Friday, some times twice on Friday. And last Friday, we were talking about the subject that came up was anniversaries. So us people that are married have anniversaries, and sometimes it's a challenge. Merton, okay, that's Merton. Good to see you, Merton. Yeah, and Sandra does AA meetings on Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And her AA meetings, you can just watch them, and she goes through the book, and it's good information for anyone. You don't have to be a recovering alcoholic. It's good information for everyone. I've sat and listened to it and watched it, and it's good stuff. So thanks, Sandra, for doing that. Yeah, Roy is an Arizonian now. There's Dave's wife, Susan. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. There's Merton and Sue's channel. But Roy, if you're still listening and haven't blown up your oven yet, remember we were talking about trying to remember our anniversaries. And Oki and I were married, let me check my notes, July 3rd, 1986, 37 years ago. 37 years ago. Roy and Becky are on their 25th year this month, I think they said, towards the end of the month. And one of our, at least husbands, took me about 10 years to remember the date. But July 3rd is not too hard to remember. And Oki is from Okinawa. That's where her nickname comes. And that's where we were married, over in Okinawa. So in the States, you get your marriage license ahead of time. You go to the town hall, the city hall. Maybe you go to your church to get married. Well, it's a little different when you're in the military and you get married in Japan. I'll show you our marriage license, and maybe you guys can read it. Isn't that cool? Can you guys read that okay? This is the stamp right here. This is what is the most important on this whole document. This is the mayor of Udosoi City. It's a small village type city. He's the one that gave us permission to marry and officially stamped his stamp on there. And that's when he walked out with this document, he said, "Congratulations, you're now married." Pretty cool. So it's a long process, a very long process to get married. Now, I can't read Japanese, but Oki kind of filled me in on everything. This is a marriage certificate, and this is my information, and this is her information, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, where we live and all that. And so you also have to pay for, and see, it's kind of yellow. It's yellowed, a little bit yellow, because it's 37 years old. You have to pay for translation. And so we paid a couple $100 to have that document translated. And it basically has our names and saying the marriage is hereby legally established on July 3rd, 1986, by the mayor of Udosoi City in Okinawa, Japan. And so it had to be stamped and all that sort of thing. So anyway, that was our marriage. And Roy and Becky were curious about how that process worked. It's interesting in Japan. We have, in the States, we have a birth certificate, right? In Japan, you have a couple of documents. You have a family register. So it's called a tohon, and they have a shohon. So this is a English translation, proof of legal marriage. And that's a family register. So it has all your kids on it. It has your parents when they were born. They identify first daughter, first son, and information about when everybody was born and where they live. And that's something they do in Japan that works for them. Now, all we have is we have our birth certificate that tells where we were born, right? Doesn't tell where we live, but in Japan, the village keeps up with where you currently live. And so the village that Hiromi uh, is attached to and her family lives in is Yomitan Village in Okinawa. And so they have her address here in Arizona, in her village hall, they call it. It's where they keep all the documents. And anyway, I thought I would share that with you, and hopefully it's interesting. I'll catch up here on the comments. Whoa! I just got a commercial. There's Steve and Tina Jules' channel. We just had our 21st. Congratulations. Verita says, no, I can't read it, but it's awesome. I can't read it either, Brene. But that's how they do it in Japan. Jesse always remembers dates and things. I forget everything. So when we were, going through the process, being in the military, I had to get my commander's okay. You had to get the permission of your unit commander, and then they do a background check on your spouse. Because I had a security clearance, they checked Oki's background. She was also previously married, as I was, and so she was in the States in Florida for a short time. And so they did a complete background check on her, a background check on me, of course, and then it took about 9 months to go through the process. And then we walked in when it was all done, got all the paperwork done. We walked in to the mayor's office and came out with that stamped document that I can't read. There's Ava Potterfield and Friends channel. Good morning. Let's see who else we have. There's RG's channel. Thank you, Tracy. Sandra says 27 years. Not easy, huh? It's work to keep a marriage together. And sometimes you don't fail, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And Oki and I are both been married once before, and they didn't last. And luckily, the second time around, we're going to stick together till the end. We're at 37 years, and the way I see it, we're just getting started. I turned those commercials off, the midstream commercials. But anyway, that gave me an extra penny. I had to find my phone. That gave me an extra penny on my channel, so sorry about that. There's TGIF's channel. She does. Bree is a beautiful young lady, and she does fun videos. She has a great sense of humor, and she's got a lot of waterfalls around where she lives, and she chases waterfalls, and she has a lot of interesting critters that she has around her place. Oh, 28 years. Okay. I thought I was 25. Been married 28 years. This is the first one apart from each other. Been together 32 years. Okay. Yeah, we were together 2 years before we married. And then one day we were going for a drive, and I turned to Oki and I said, when are we getting married? That's how I proposed. She still gives me a hard time. I knew we were going to get married. I just didn't know yet, and I had to ask her. I got a commercial too. All right, Susan says we celebrate our 30th in June. Cool. Oh, you probably just missed. You probably just missed the document that you couldn't read anyway. You know, this one here. That was probably right during the commercial. Ramblin' Rocketeer is here. Hello, hello. Aloha. Proud to serve, Sandra. Proud to serve. Richard said, I think I subbed to everyone and put their site up. I got to go now. Y'all have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. Thanks, Richard, for popping in. Appreciate it. Ringo and Zara are here. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you. My sister was stationed in Germany and did all kinds of stuff. Then they got married in Belgium. She said the only words they understood was "you married." Yeah, that's the way it is overseas, huh? But it's so cool to experience other countries and their cultures. There's happy anniversary. It's a lot of work for sure. No good being monetized. It's kind of irritating when they pop up in the middle, and I noticed it was turned on, and I thought I turned it off. Yeah, 2 pennies we had on an ad. That's about what I get on my shorts. That's good, Sandra. You know, many of us have been married at least once, and if you can keep the marriage going regardless. So Roy was married once before Becky. That's the one I'm glad didn't work out. Really didn't think I'd be out here enjoying life like this. Isn't that interesting how that happens? And so to have a partner, whether you're married or not, to have a partner who you can both enjoy things together, and that's basically, um, I think, the not secret, but the way to keep it going, where you're enjoying things together. Like Oki and I like to go out and do some hiking. We pick up trash out here in the monument. Of course, we enjoy walking Lucas, our dog. Oh, that's what Bree said. That's what I said to my husband. When are we getting married? Bree, how long have you guys been married now? That's the way to do it. Bree knows what she wants. Ah, 47 years now married. Awesome. And then there's Traveling Merton and Sue's channel. Oh, sorry, Tim. You didn't get a commercial. You know, I think it mentioned that not everybody gets commercials, and probably because you're a member of the channel, it probably didn't bore you with that commercial. 20 years. All right. I think, she says. 20 years, I think. I thought women were supposed to remember all that. There's Ramblin' Rocketeer's channel. Are we VIPs if we got an ad? Yes, I think so, especially you guys. Ava says 13 years for her and Doug. Awesome. I always find it interesting how couples don't actually enjoy being together. Yeah, that's a good point, Felix. Good point. Some couples go out and buy a rig or a camper or a trailer, and then they go out. I've heard it a few times. They go out and live in close quarters like that, and you actually have to be friends, right? I mean, you're husband and wife, and you do all the husband and wife things, but if you're not friends and you can't be together, it's not going to work in a small space. Yeah, too close quarters. Susan got a commercial too. Oh, you got a commercial. Wow, you're members and you got a commercial. Thanks, Roy. I got a double dip from you guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's happened to us before too. And Roy and Becky mentioned it. Sometimes they woke up, you know, and remembered a week later, oh, we missed our anniversary. That's great, Felix. Great. There's Susan's channel. Awesome. All right, what else we have going on? So last week I went in for acupuncture. I have lower back issues, not terrible, but sciatica in my right leg, which comes from lower back. So I had a acupuncture treatment last week, and that went pretty well. They actually put some voltage on the needles, and my muscles all did this in my lower back. But boy, did it feel better after they were done. And here I am 2 days later. I'm going to go back in this afternoon, and my back and my sciatica is much better every treatment I get. So anyone who is considering acupuncture, if you go to someone who knows what they're doing, it's definitely worth it. We should be up to a nickel by now. Now, let's see, what am I going to spend that nickel on? No, I can't buy a camera with it. Can't buy a battery with it. Okay, well, I'll just leave it in the bank then. People back home didn't think we'd make it living in an RV so close together, yeah. Oh, Susan doesn't have a channel. That's not me. So if you go to that link, it's not Susan. So acupuncture is awesome. Yep, I really like it. Was a little apprehensive about it, because geez, they're putting these needles in your back, and she put, I think I counted like 13 needles, and two of them I felt they were, I mean, they stung. But afterwards, when she pulled them out, 2021 is here. Nice show. Hello, Roy and Becky. Thanks for joining us, 2021. There's Jolly Matilda's channel. She has a couple videos of some critters visiting her porch. Yeah, I know, right? The nickel won't even buy a gumball these days. Bad Idea had popped in to say hi, another member of the channel. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. The sun is about to peek over the horizon, 5:44 a.m. Awesome. Pretty cool that we have this internet to talk to each other and stay connected. Our grandkids, when they come over, they're doing this, right? They're on their phones playing their games. And every once in a while, we tell them, put it down, let's go out and go for a hike. And we asked them one time, what would you do if you didn't have your phone? What would you do if you didn't have your internet? And our one granddaughter said, I think I would die. That was her answer. So I don't know. It's a mixed blessing, I guess, to have it. The kids get addicted to it. We get addicted to it. I mean, everywhere I go, I've got my phone with me. Yeah, they shocked you into shape. That's for sure, Tim. Oh, phone died. Better get it plugged in. But anyway, it was interesting to talk to the grandkids and ask them that question. What would you do if you didn't have your phone? What would you do if you couldn't play your games, if you couldn't look at TikTok, all those things, that they like to do? And of course, we would miss it too. Davis says, yeah, I love the YouTube for the friends we have made. Awesome. Especially during COVID, YouTube really was important to a lot of us that were stuck at home and isolating during COVID. So we've got lots of blooming out here. All the Palo Verde trees are blooming. They're all yellow. I need to get the drone out and fly, do some flying and recording of the trees all bloomed out. Kids don't know what it's like without electronics. We use it mostly for the map. Yeah. All right, got to get back to packing. We'll be listening. Have a great day. All right, Martin and Sue, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. That could be true too. Yeah, I suppose. And they say during big storms, 9 months later, the babies show up. Life would cease. What? No phone? I used to be a walking phone book, but now contacts does all the work for me. I'd be terrible to lose everything. Me too. Me too. I have a note here with Oki's phone number on it, and I'm trying to memorize her new phone number. And because contacts takes care of it for me. Remember when it was illegal in this country to own a phone? I do. All right, Felix, getting back to work. Thank you. Felix, take care. Appreciate you coming in. Remember when it was illegal to own a phone? I don't remember that, but I do remember party lines. We had a party line. We lived in a cul-de-sac in east side of Tucson, and you picked the phone up when I was a kid, pre-teen, and you'd hear somebody talking, and you'd hang the phone up, wait a few minutes, pick the phone up again. If they were gone, then you could dial out. That was a party line that we used to have. And then later on, Mom and Dad got their own private line, and then we didn't have to worry about that anymore. There's boondocking with Boomer. Yeah, did a trip all the way across the country here. He's originally from Canada, and I think he's back in Canada. And did some very interesting videos. Yeah, the party lines, they were interesting. So let's see, what else do I have to share? I probably have a video here to show you guys. Here is a hedgehog bloom. This is a cactus actually out in our yard. Let me get that comment off of there. And this is a time lapse that I did of a hedgehog cactus. So I set up a GoPro, set it to time lapse, put it on a tripod. Took about, I think, 9 hours for that flower to bloom, and I was pretty excited to catch it. Here's another one that doesn't have, oh, here we go, April flowers in Arizona. Here's one more. Isn't that cool? Oh, I remember the rotary phones too, Sandra. Yeah. And then the push buttons were after that. I had to explain to one of my kids what a party line was. Yeah, they thought I was making it up. Yeah, for sure. Ava, I have something for you. You had to rent. Stick around, Ava. I got something to show you. You had to rent your phone from the phone company. Oh, I remember that too. Yeah. We had a party line with 8 families on it, Doreen says. Hello, Doreen. I think I missed you coming in, but thanks for being here. Party line with 8 families. Boy, I'll bet that was busy. Love our desert blooms for sure. Here's the Bad Idea Lab. It was illegal to own a mobile phone unless you were in the government. Cool. Yeah, that's right. It's, and pretty soon it's going to be hotter than blazes and everything dries up except the cactus. Yeah, we have some good ones this year. Lots of blooms out here. And last week on my live stream, I showed the saguaro cactus, and they're in full bloom. Prickly pear out here. Yep, lots of prickly pear. All right, here's one for Ava. I'm scrolling to see if I can find it here, but she likes the koi pond, and I actually put this GoPro is waterproof. This is a GoPro Hero 7, and it's waterproof, and I put it underneath the pond and put it on time lapse. No, actually recorded, full recording, and this is one of the videos that I got. Isn't that cool? A very unique view underneath the water in the koi pond. And it's not easy to get those. The conditions have to be just right. It's outside, the sun has to be shining just at the right angle. Can't have too much stuff floating around in the pond. Otherwise, it just doesn't come out real well. We had the town gossip on our party line, so you had to be careful with everything you said. Oh, yeah, on the party line, yeah. Yeah. Actually built that when we, right after we built the house, that koi pond. Wee Mike is here. Hello, hello. And some of those fish are, I think, 25 years old. We got some from one of the neighbors, the ones that have, the bumps all over them. They're goldfish and they're at least 25 years old. Yeah, they are happy and they get fed every day. That's why they're so fat. And I started the old video first and then realized that I had a newer one that I wanted to show Ava. So I flipped over to the new one. Does the desert heat affect the fish at all? It doesn't, Doreen, because it's set in the ground. It's, I dug the ground out and then put concrete in and then rocked it around and then up above the ground a little bit. And they stay cool enough where they're perfectly comfortable. And then the plants, thrive in there too. I have to get in there once in a while and pull the reeds out because they overgrow the pond and they squeeze the fish out. So I have to get in there and clean those out once in a while. Hope you're doing well. Coming up on 57 minutes. Anybody else have anything they want to throw out there to talk about? Lots of flowers. The saguaro flower is the state flower of Arizona. We talked about that last week. Let's see what else I have here to share with you. Here's some drone video flying the wash. No predators like snakes to eat the fish. We do have snakes that come in. King snake comes in and picks up water, but they've never messed with the fish. We did one time. We did have a hawk come in and eyeball the fish in there, but there's so much growth there that a hawk can't get in there and grab a fish. So it's worked out pretty well so far. All right, we're going to close this up. We got about 30 seconds or so here. Thanks everybody for being here today. I hope you have a great day and a great week. I'm going to go out and watch the roofer put a new roof on the house. I think it's going to take the rest of the week. And then we're going to have a new roof that's going to be good for 40 years, they say. So I'm looking for my outro here. I have to do a better job setting these up so I can find them. Here we go. Exit video. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll see you next time on Desert Adventures in Arizona. Have a great week.